Hi, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. I'm back again with acclaimed Pixar animator and director John Lasseter to discuss the work of another acclaimed animator, Hayao Miyazaki. John, welcome back.
Oh, thank you. This is a great one tonight. I'm so excited about this film.
You say they're all great.
I do. Well, I like all his films.
Up next, John and I are going to discuss Miyazaki's 1992 film, Porco Rosso, a film that's a great fit for TCM because you could really easily see the likes of Clark Gable, Mary Astor, and Humphrey Bogart playing the lead characters. Is Miyazaki a fan, do you know, of classic Hollywood?
I think absolutely. He's got to be when you see these films. You know, I know that early in his career, he was one of the very first Japanese animators and animation directors to travel abroad for research. You know, he went over to Italy, you know, to study, and I think he just fell in love with it over there. It's clear by this film.
Well, this is for Miyazaki. This is an unusual setting. It's set in Italy in between World Wars I and II, rise of fascism.
Yeah,
that's his other movies are set in these sort of fanciful world, these worlds of great imagination.
But this one also. It represents so much of what Miyazaki loves.
Right.
He loves airplanes.
Yeah, well, clearly.
He loves airplanes. And when you look at this film, the care that he takes in the design of them and the flying and the love of them, it's absolutely beautiful, this film. And also, one of the things, and I don't know why, but Miyazaki-san always draws himself as a pig.
Well,
I don't know, but and clearly this character is sort of like a self-portrait, you know.
And we see pigs show up in a number of his films.
Yes,
certainly Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, right. With the boars anyway. And he really, when he sketches himself, it's a pig.
Yeah, he'll do a little caricature of himself, and it's always this kind of pig, you know, little squatty pig in a suit and stuff like that.
I don't want to yell at you, Marco. But if you keep acting so pig-headed, you're going to end up dead. And I can't bear to go to another pilot's funeral. Come home, will you?
Sorry, baby. Gotta fly.
You jerk!
What I love about Miyazaki's films also is the beauty in these films, the backgrounds. You know, in the world of animation today, where so much computer animation, you know, is kind of replaced hand-drawn animation. You look at films like Porco Rosso, and you look at those gorgeous painted backgrounds, and you go, this art form is alive and well and beautiful, and this is such a wonderful story too, you know, and as with all of his films, with great characters.
He says about himself that what he grew up drawing, and he loved to draw as a kid, was drawing tanks and airplanes, kind of things you'd expect a young kid growing up in war to draw. But he says that he's terrible at drawing people, which I think is certainly not true, but it's interesting that he sees himself that way.
He's a humble man, you know, but he's one of the greatest draftsmen, you know, I've ever seen. I mean, he does all the storyboarding for his films
for
himself.
every movie.
Every movie.
And what strikes me, you mentioned this in an earlier film, in chronological order, start to finish.
In fact, in Japan, they take his storyboards and publish them as a comic book, you know, because they're just, you could follow along, and they're beautiful, you know, and I love Porco Rosso. It's one of my favorites of his films.
Well, let's watch it. Here it is in its original Japanese from 1992, Hayao Miyazaki's Porco Rosso.